Okay, so this is going to be a video on bike packing, prep, and what to bring on a bike packing trip. This would be my third bike packing trip. I have over close to 4,000 miles of bike packing so far in the United States. This particular trip is warm weather and cold weather, so I'm going to be up in the mountains and also in hot climates because it's summertime and it's a little bit of both. So sometimes you have to bring a little extra. So where do I start? And now it's going to look like a lot, and for some people it probably is. For me, I have the space on the bike. I've got two panniers. They're very large panniers. They hold a lot. I have little places to put everything. Like food typically goes in here. I have one side is usually a snack bar, and the other side is typically just stuff I'm using during the day. Toothbrush, lighter, cigarettes, whatever. Then you have a top bag here. This carries like emergency stuff, a knife, my reading glasses, sometimes my weed. It carries, both knives actually are in there. Carries my wallet, so that's right in front of me at all times. I know it's where it's at. Then you have the front, which carries the tent, the whole tent, the tarp, the tent, the rain fly, the poles, all go on the front. And even now I've got the sleeping blanket. This goes underneath my pad so I'd never get a hole, or hopefully never get a hole. It's bulky. There's several things that are bulky, and there's other ways to do it, I'm sure, because this is very bulky, but it serves its purpose so well. So it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make until I figure out a better way. Sorry about shaking the camera there. The puffy jacket is not that bulky because it's real down, and I can pack that up. So it's just out for, basically, this is a setup you almost never ever get to do on a camping trip because you're just always camping. This, I happen to find a place that I could do this in, and I've done this once, and it wasn't this nice. So I've got everything hung up and everything organized, just so I can do this video. I normally wouldn't ever do this. So we'll start here. So the food. So the food, we got your food aisle here. This is food prep aisle. So I've got my fire boxes back here for cooking if I run out of propane or isopro, and my stove, of course. Here's the stove out actually. So that goes in there, and then use it. The isopro. This lasts quite a while. This is great stuff. It lasts a couple weeks if you don't cook more than twice a day or once a day. Coffee, tea, whatever, oatmeal, a quick dinner, no problem. You can cook right on top of that for a good week. This is the backup, and I've used it several times already. I love the firebox. It's one of my favorite things. They're a little heavy, but they're just the best to cook if you don't feel like burning fuel. I currently have dinner in here, some onions, some potatoes I picked up at the store. I always bring my cutting board. I like my cutting board. It's flat. It basically just sits in the back of the thing. It's actually, it looks thicker than it is. Not even an eighth of an inch. It's perfect. I got one pan, one pot. You always using the pot. I'm never using the pan. I used it once so far. It's flat, and I've done this last time, and I threw it out, and I'm just going to keep it. I really want to do some sausages. I'll keep it for a bit. That's another sacrifice item, is that pan. Peanut butter, I just typically have one. This one's just about done. I just want to throw that out. So I just went to the store. That's why I have everything stocked. This is 100% stocked for 2 or 3 days for me. Close to $75 in food and other supplies. This was just one huge bag of trail mix, so it's all kind of separated, so I can put it in my snack bar bag on the bike. I have some bars, Cliff bars, some my favorite cookies, banana. There's more cookies actually in the center thing too. Some peanut butter cookies in there. I just didn't feel like taking out. Everything else is off the bike. You have my next aisle is food aisle. Currently is tortillas. I'm loving these. I typically eat one of these a night. I just mix whatever in there, whatever I have, jerky, tuna fish, whatever I might have. Last night I put a can of really good sirloin steaks, soup in it. It was super good. It was really meaty. Like one of these Denti Moores. These work as well. This is like the turkey dinner, and I just throw it right into the soup and I make a soup basically, and it's just delicious. I sometimes just put eggs in there, whatever I can. Oil, seasoning. I dumped half the oil, and now I'm running out. Because I actually had that full when I started. I was like, that's stupid. And, it doesn't need to be that much. And I did wind up using a bunch for eggs. I put it in my soup every night. So I should have kept it at least half full because I dumped like at least 2/3 out. So The seasoning, that's crushed pepper. Usually everything's very spicy. I'm going through that. That's not almost halfway done. Had that full. Every morning, oatmeal and raisins. This I'll break these down, put them all in a bag. In fact, there's a bag in the bag of raisins, which is just about empty. So that's where those are going. So the raisins currently have 4 Pop-Tarts, which is the max I would ever carry. Sugar. Sugar is for my high C and my tea. It's just something, and sometimes the oatmeal. I have honey in here as well. So little honey packets that you can get from Wawa's. Those work great for if you feel like a sweetened oatmeal, even though my oatmeal really is the good stuff. Tea bags, got enough to last me another couple of weeks. They don't take up any space. Water, got 1.5. Got my coffee mug that I'm so happy I brought. Love this thing. It fits in my normal spots on the bike. It fits right up in the handle thing here, just flops right in, just like the liter bottles do. So, and it keeps everything cold or hot, and it's tea and everything. Love it. Glad I brought it. Brought Thule. Thule goes on every trip. He's just my little water bottle. Always have him because it's metal. You don't have to worry about it. These are extra. These just bought tonight. I'll drink these before I leave. Those won't go on the bike. And all the food goes in that. Basically, all the food goes in that. I got the side pockets, got the top pocket, it all fits in there, including the pans and the bowl and the firebox and the Isopro and the stove. It all goes in here. All of this will fit in there, and I'll show you in the morning with a time lapse how I did it. It's not that bad. It's organized, and these protein powders, I work for a company that gives them out for free, so I have a bunch of protein powders left. That's probably the most I brought of anything. Was it like 20 of these things, and I love them. I have one a night, like, tons of protein and tons of great stuff, vitamins and stuff in them. So that's another little weight sacrifice, but I will eat those eventually. They're not too bad, actually. But they all go in there, obviously. Next would be healthcare and beauty supply, whatever you want to call it, your toiletries. This is kind of a vital thing for all backpackers, is a thing of baby wipes. If you can't take a shower, or that's your shower, keep it clean. I have one comb because I have long freaking hair. One shaving utensil. One thing of Gold's Bond powder. This came with me last time. Still some left in there. It goes to my feet at night to dry off, and just before bed. It's beautiful. It's wonderful to have your feet smelling good and dry. The sewing kit, you definitely have some sewing kit. I have Band-Aids in here as well. All my Band-Aids. Dental floss, and some cold medicine, and my nail clippers, which I just used and clipped all my nails. So it'll get used twice on this trip, I'm sure, but you got to have them, in my opinion. This you don't have to have. This is just something I found inside the Roach's bottle of lotion, which I use because up here my skin's drying out, so I'm using it. So normally I wouldn't bring lotion. My bottle of hand sanitizer, which amazingly I have not been using at all. It's been a week, and that's how much I've used. So normally I go through this stuff pretty frequently, but I haven't been really keeping it in the quick spot where I can grab it. So I haven't been using it much. So I can use it as fire starter as well. That's another good thing to use for this stuff. One thing of deodorant, which I have been using, because you need to use deodorant when you're on a bike tour, or else you smell like a bum. Some Icy Hot over here on the left, because it actually got rid of my leg cramps. So I'm using that at night for leg cramp control, as I'm having, because the same with my naproxen. What do you call it? Aleve is in there. It's actually a big bottle. I normally would carry a tiny bottle, but it's got my Q-tips in there too. I like to have Q-tips because that's just something, that's a luxury item to have, is Q-tips. Q-tips, and they fit perfectly in this. So my Q-tips and my Aleve are in there. And one Sawyer filter for watering. I haven't used it yet. The water here is actually so clean. I actually drank out of the stream yesterday and feel fine. A couple of things of lip gloss, Neosporin. I found this lip gloss today, so I'm just going to use that until it's gone. And one thing of bug spray, eucalyptus bug spray. That takes up a little space, but it works because there are some mosquitoes up here sometimes. That's health and beauty supply, whatever. And then we have electronics. This is all the electronics. They all go in this bag. All the health and beauty supply goes in that bag. So everything's all organized in certain spots. We'll start from the left this time. We'll go from this is my camp, or my tent light. And it takes these batteries. So I have one in here and the one in there. So you have to have two. So this is the charger form when they go bad. I have one backup, it's not a backup light. It's a backup light for the bike. It's because I have a backlight on the bike already. So that's the backup backlight. Because that's safety oriented. That's emergency. Got to have a light on that bike. So if anything, it's currently on the back of my pannier rack. And if it ever falls off, breaks off, malfunctions, then I have another one, because that's super important to have on your tour bike when you're on a 2-lane back road, 60 mile an hour with 6-inch shoulder. So that's about that. I've used every one of these cords. This is the one I typically charge with, the shorter one. This is the one if I'm like, I want to use the phone and I need a long one, I have that. So I've used them both, so I'm keeping them both. And then I've used all 3 of these because I have the ability to charge 4 things at once, Carol. 3 on this and 1 on that. So I have the ability to charge 4 things at once, which I have been doing because electricity out here is far and few between. The white box is actually a battery from my phone, which I was trying to install on the plane, which was impossible because it's like 15 millimeter screws in there, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing it on the plane. So I haven't yet done that. It's a backup battery for this phone because this phone's a couple of years old and it needs another battery because the battery doesn't last but maybe 20 hours when using all day with the GPS and the maps and things like that going, taking pictures or videos. It all sucks this phone dry. But so this is how I keep everything charged. 22 or whatever they're called, 20,000 milliamp battery backups. They take forever. They don't have the fast charge, unfortunately, so it's hard to keep them charged. I got one that's totally full, and the other one is totally dead, I think. Yeah, the other one that, not even, one little light, and that's dead. So, but they'll last a day or 2 days, sometimes up to 2 days. Sorry about the finger. And keep my phone charged. Because I don't have a lot. I don't have a helicopter or a quadcopter or freaking any of that stuff. Right? That's it. Just the phone and the lights. That's all I got to keep charged, really. So next is a tent section or camping section. This is obviously the big shit. You got your tent here. That is the tent and the tarp, and the tent's in the middle. The tarp's on the outside. And the poles are in there, and the rain flies in there. I showed you that is the underbed protective, and for warmth as well. And it's just nice having that down. And then because it's like it takes up half the tent, and then you put the bed over it, which only takes up half of that. So you have a nice kind of rug in your room. It's really nice, actually. This is the pad that I sleep on, which is wonderful. It's about 4 inches thick, and I do not want to put a hole in it. It is a little bulky and it's a little heavy. It was kind of a sacrifice item I made because I have issues with sleep, or had issues with sleep on the last couple of tours with bad pads. So I'm doing my best not to put a hole in it. And I have slept on that for many weeks prior to this trip, so I know that it's a great bed, and it has been. I've slept like a rock on it. So keeping it safe with the blanket. That's the nice sleeping bag. This is a mini backpack this homeless guy gave me. There's a story behind it already. And it's really cool. I've been using it as a trash can on the back of the bike on the one half, and then the second half holds, whatever, little knickknacks. And it's like a little miniature backpack. It's pretty cool. So that was it. And then the puffy jacket, we saw that. Got my panniers hanging up. Over here, I have the basics and clothes. Clothes is really subjective with me. I never know what to bring, so I have to whittle it down. I always overbring, and then I just throw shit out as I don't use it. So currently we're down to, let's see here, let's turn to the left. It's socks and underwear would be in this bag. It's like, I think it's 3 pairs of underwear and 5 pairs of socks. Sleeping / casual shorts, and I'm wearing the other one, my other casual shorts with my casual shirt, and one of my riding shirts, my blue shirt. And so I've got 2 casual shorts, which is perfect. I like them. They're nice. The one very, very bulky but warm, long sweatpants. These go on almost every single night because it's cool in the evenings here. So I put those on at night. I'm cozy as a freaking bug. Almost usually too hot to sleep in. So, but I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I have 3 shirts currently there, all riding shirts. I have 1 pair of riding pants. These are long pants. They are meant for biking, and they're wonderful. I love them. That's just stuff that was in here. It's not mine. We have my riding glasses, obviously, and my paper towel collection. I always typically have some with a trash can back here. And then as we go to the right, we have my new reading glasses. Since I'm getting old, it seems I need reading glasses. Some weed, legal weed, some paper, some legal papers, a legal pipe. I've got my tobacco products here. In case I run out of them, I always have my bag of tobacco and some papers. That's what the papers are for. I don't roll the weed. It's too much. I'm not that rich. And then we have the rain jacket, new rain jacket. It's a Frog Tog. I haven't even opened yet. It's a rain jacket and pants in case it rains, which you never know. You should bring those in case you're going on any bike tour where it might rain. unless you have waterproof jacket to wear. Anyway, my heavy gloves on the left, warm hat on the beanie in the middle, and I've used that once or twice for cold mornings, and my riding gloves on the right. I actually brought the Bluetooth speaker, which is a weight penalty. Those things aren't light, but it does last a while. It's got a good battery in there, and I can play it all day, and it doesn't care. It lasts sometimes a day and a half, 2 days before it runs out of battery. So very cool. I'm glad I brought it. I was really considering not bringing it and just going with the phone speakers, but it's just so it's nicer to have real, better sounding music in this phone music. Bear spray's next to it. Knife. It's my rainbow knife. No, I haven't gotten any comments yet, but I'm sure people have noticed. I just bought it because I figured nobody's gonna steal it, and if they do, boom, it sticks out like a sore thumb. They're not gonna be able to hide that unless they put it in their pocket. Can't just leave that out. I'll see it. So nobody's gonna steal my rainbow knife. Hopefully, one lighter, one smart bottle. So I could upgrade on the water carrying. Currently, I put a 1.5 liters on the right hand side, and I put the bike tools here in this bag on the left hand side, and that's been the system I've been using since I've had to use the bike tools so much on this trip, thanks to Mr. Malfunctioning rear tire, whatever's going on with that tire. And that's a whole nother issue. We'll talk about it another time. It's under control at the moment, though. And this is all I have for bike repair stuff. This is all I need for bike repair stuff. Sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get rid of it. I have the flat kit. Here, I'll just move it. The flat kit, I have more than I need. I got a whole bunch of different tubes. I got the rubber cement, which is brand new, and I got extra scabs. I got 2 packs of scabs and zip ties. I'd rather have more of this than I need for flats. And then I got the basic kit here, and that's got the pump in it. The tire levers, electrical tape. It's got the lube in it. I got the chain lube in a little bottle. It's perfect, lovely. I brought this lock, and I'm super happy I did. I just bought this before the trip, and it's light and it's small. It's actually lighter than it looks. And it just looks, and it's super quick to open and close. It's boom, boom, boom. I know my code. I set my own code, and that's super quick and open and close. My favorite lock I've ever bought. For things like this, because it's so short, you really can't use it for much, so you can just lock the bike real quick to itself or whatever. But and then the safety would have my compass / thermometer / rape whistle, and then my one tube currently in here. I've gone through like 3 of them, so that's where we're at on that. And then the bike's working. Other than the tire issue, the bike's working awesome, perfect, no problems. Butt's feeling okay. The rack's holding up. I did bend it somewhere a little bit, but it's still holding up. And that's about it. I have the bag for the clothes. All my clothes typically go in that bag. And I got 2 big side pockets that can fit, with some whatever in. Socks, or I even put a tube in one and whatever. You can just, mostly clothes, we'll just say. So all the clothes go in there, and that goes in one of the panniers, and boom, that's that. And then it's have a few things hanging up, riding pants, some socks, whatever. I bought my casual shirt, my cappy hat, which I've been wearing a lot. I've been wearing my cappy hat. I did bring a helmet, but I, let's say, quote unquote, lost it by leaving it on a camp bench this morning. Or was it this morning? It was yesterday morning. Because I don't wear the damn helmet. I was like, yeah, I'll wear the helmet if I go bombing down a hill. But every time I go bombing down the hills around here, hitting 35, and I feel perfectly safe on the bike. If I screw up, I screw up. The bike's safer. It's more stable the faster it goes. I can no-hand this bike, no problem, even at slow speeds, because it's just stable. I've had no issues with that. As long as I can trust the tires. Sorry about the shaking again. If I can trust the tires, I should be 100% fine. Anything can happen, of course. If I get hit by a car, a bike helmet ain't going to help me. I fall off the bike at 35 miles an hour, a bike helmet isn't going to do a whole lot. So I just don't use them. I'm sorry. I know people will scoff at that. I got commented today also for just using non-clip-ins. And I'm sorry, I've never got used to those either. I don't do clip-ins. Sorry. I do flats. I like my flats. And yes, I know I'm wasting a little bit of energy and whatever. I don't need an extra pair of shoes. That's it. Sorry about the long video. Just want to cover everything. That's everything. Happy bike packing.